Hello everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here doing a tour of the Coastal Cottage bunker build. And I did do one before, before Gomez died. So something that I decided to do, because many of you have heard Gomez and even seen him a few times in many of my past videos. He talks a lot, and he was a good boy. He was a good boy. And as of this tour recording, he died about 2 days ago, and so I decided that I wanted to immortalize him, so to speak, and I added him to this build. Since he was, since you guys all heard him, and I believe he even knocked over the camera before during this build, you know, I kind of thought that it'd be nice to add him to the game. And I mean, what a beautiful view. Just what a beautiful view. So yeah, so I added him to the game. It turns out there's mods that let you, called craftable cats, lets you craft cats, but it doesn't allow you to craft a black cat. Tuxedo cat, yes. A Russian blue, yes. Gomez was a Bombay, which are all black cats. And there's no mod that lets you add a black cat. So I knew that I had seen a black cat in this game somewhere, or in a couple of places. So I looked it up and I found out that there is, and I grabbed their reference ID and I spawned them into the game. So Gomez is now in the game. I just wish I could do the same thing here. And just say, player, place there, reference number 0604 D2F5. And there's Gomez. I came in the game, so I did. And I also used Creative Clutter to give him some cat things, because Creative Clutter does have cat things in it. So I will show those off when we get into the tour. And let me check. Yeah, the weather is not exactly frightful, but let's clean it up. There we go. So yeah, so let's just start down the road. Most of you know where this is and how this is and how it works, and that was a fast, low fly. So anyway, we're down here. That's Makra fish packing. That's Salem right over there. That's a road. So here's Coastal Cottage. So we come down here, and as you can see, there's really nothing to see other than a destroyed home and a car, but nothing to signify that there is a shed here. Shed, settlement, nothing to say that there's a settlement here. This car was Greece's before the war, and he was able to maintain it because it was relatively shielded from the blast and the shockwave during and after the war, so it's in pretty good shape. And he has used it since the war to cruise down the roads and get supplies that he needs and doesn't have access to. We will see, as you guys have seen while I've done my build, he does grow his own foods, but there are some things that he just isn't able to produce. So, he goes shopping and he sells the things that he does produce. So, let us take a look at the outside of this place first. Now, as you can see, he does have a turret, but if you come running up this road here, you don't really see it too well. And when you do start to see it, it's gonna start blasting at you. So it's relatively protected, but also pretty dangerous. And hello, puppers. And we come back over here, and we've got ourselves some detritus and things growing and not. And he has another turret with triple barrels. And this, again, doesn't seem as protected, although it does have a shield. But considering that most of the threats come from over here, it's fairly well protected and not immediately noticeable. These obviously came... Hello, Heather. These obviously came at the time of the war, flung over from the shockwave, over from the highway, and came flipping through the air and crashing down through here. Now, this car did crash through some of the trees, but you can also see that it plowed straight into the ground, just causing a huge upheaval of ground. This Jeep, well, somehow whoever was inside, if they were inside, they probably didn't maintain being inside as it goes flipping through the air. There were no skeletons here, but it is an open-top Jeep, so they probably ended up somewhere over there or just not here. And of course, the occupants of the police car, well, one of the doors was ripped off. It's nowhere around here, so they probably came flying through the windshield or flying through the open door or something. But yeah, I'm not trying to zip around here, just sorry about that. And yeah, it came to rest on top of this outcropping of stone while it plowed into the ground. Some chunks of the highway did end up landing here, but as life does, it found a way to just kind of continue growing. And not. Some dead trees and bushes and such. Now, of course, this is the remains of Greece's house. And prior to the war, there was a trapdoor in the floor that allowed him to get to the stairs and head on down to his bunker that he himself built. Grease, short for Grease Monkey, he does, he's kind of an all-around technical mechanical guy. So, he built this bunker himself. He knows how to do the concrete with rebar, electronics. He's worked on and maintained cars. So this isn't unknown or difficult territory for him. And I just heard Grease talking, so let's see if I can increase the volume just a bit. He does hunt mole rats, and he tans their hides. He can make floor coverings for you, or just leather, or taxidermy the heads for those who want to mount them on their wall or whatever. That's basically what he does to be able to earn caps, to be able to buy whatever he cannot grow or produce himself. Ah, there's Gomez. Oh, I should really turn this up some more because I'm hearing Gomez. Come on, is that the right button? There we go. So, let's check this out. And there's Gomez. And there's Grease. I heard Gomez talking here. Ew. Hello, Gomez. Now, I don't want to get too... I don't want to get too close to either of them, but I eventually, I found this out the hard way, eventually they will kind of glitch between the walls. But if I fast travel and come back, then they come back. Although Gomez here, the little turd that he is, will oftentimes end up out here, and I have to... It took me half an hour to push him back into the door here. So... So anyway, this is Grease's place. Grease's and Gomez's place, excuse me. Gomez has his own little bed right there. But he's not always in the bed there. Gomez does join Grease up in bed, and we'll sleep with Grease all night. So he's a good boy. But he's also got himself a little cat tower, and he loves laying on top of the cat tower, playing with his little mouse, and playing with his ball. And yeah, over here is the bathroom facilities. Let me just, whoops. Oh, sorry, Grease. Okay, I'll move. This is your place. Also, by the way, there is Gomez's cat box. I heard something moving. Oh, it might have... Oh, no, it shouldn't be the box. Well, it might be the box. Anyway, there's this cat box. So, and here are the crops that Grease does produce and harvest. Yeah, okay, I did have my light off. And he's got plenty of reading material, a number of different toys, magazines, duct tape. He's got some garbage he kind of needs to clean up a little bit. And here's his bathroom, and he's got his shower curtain. So he's not worried about privacy. His whole bunker is private, but he doesn't want the water from the shower splashing all over his rug and things like that. So he's got his shower mat and the drain, and when he needs water for his crops, he can either fill it up from the bucket there, or he just comes over here to the kitchen and fills it up from there. And I have no idea what the hell I'm... Yep, there went grease. I was too close to grease. I was too close to grease for too long, so he is probably right about there on the other side of the wall. But you guys met him, you guys saw him, so you know he's there. There's his dish towel, wash rag, so that he can wash the dishes. He's got himself some additional food and drink and mugs and more cans of coffee. He's got a can of coffee. He's got plenty of food and utensils up there. He's got a food dryer right there, dehydrator, and then just plenty of emergency pre-war food with the Cajun rice and beans, another can of sort of like military grade coffee as opposed to, you know, post-war coffee. Post-war coffee. Does that look post-war? No, it's Dixie blend. And plenty of foods. Good canned foods. He's got some tarberry juice, spices, a lot of canned food. He's got some fresh food that he's making. This is Mirelurk etouffee, I think is how it's pronounced. Not Mirelurk, but the etouffee, I think is how that's pronounced. He's got some of his recycling here that he just is kind of left over there, but actually, knowing Gomez, you probably knocked those cans from out of here and batted them around. He's got his, this is a kind of like a sort of garbage disposal water purifier that goes back into a tank so it recirculates and kind of gets rid of the solid stuff but brings in clean water and things like that again. Plenty of Abraxo, as well as Abraxo dish soap, some storage, and in case anyone has not seen the build video, where these drawers come in, this stovetop can be moved. It's not attached to the oven. It can be moved, and all of this stuff can be just set aside, and these two drawers will open. And there's some more storage inside there. Plenty of storage here, and that is the kitchen. He's got himself a meal that is ready for him. He's got some Brain Blast beer, some reading material. He's got a radio that he had that before the war so that he could try to maintain connection with any survivors, but for the longest time that didn't work. But now, actually, the Minutemen have set up their radio facility at the castle, so he is able to stay in touch with them and can ask them for help if necessary. He's got a pre-war holotape player there that basically he takes these holotapes, he puts it inside the old camcorder recorder player, and you can kind of see. You can't. There we go. You can kind of see the. He's got play, stop, and you kind of can't because the thingy. Well, you can sort of see the green, yellow, and red buttons right above the scope. And he has some backup circuitry in case he needs to do some repairs on the camcorder. Duct tape, a lot of pre-war movies, just some nice things. He's got his laundry hanging up here. And his first aid, he's got books, a number of plushies. He's got that, that system allows him to switch, well, one, turn on the lights, and two, also switch the camera feed to his TV, so he can, if he's up here, he can see who's at the, who's coming up here, or coming down here, whatever. Again, he's got his traveling pack for when he doesn't need to go far enough that he needs his car, but, you know, he needs to bring some supplies with him. And he's got first aid down here within easy access. And he has first aid up there in case he gets injured up there. And let us do toggle free cam. And just imagine we're going to climb up these stairs. Whoops, ladder. Now, believe it or not, there is actually enough room to come up here without smacking your back on this bar. So you can come up this and, okay, and climb into bed. He's got his PJs there. And Gomez will often sleep basically where this little guy is located. And he has more storage there for his clothing and storage over there for any other stuff. He's got a shaving kit, more books, again, easy access to first aid. And up here, you can stand about here. I'm a little taller. There we go. This is about the height. And he's able to grab stuff or rearrange it so that he can grab these things when he needs them. So he's got a hammer and screwdriver to be able to open these crates. He's got a backup generator. He's got oils and greases, more food stores, emergency water in, you know, cans and such like that. He's got some personal belongings inside the chest, and
I'm a bit of a neat freak, truth be told. Any real garbage man would tell you the same.
so I'm assuming that you guys heard that since I did have the volume turned up. Grease said he's a neat freak, if truth be told, but a lot of garbage men will tell you that. So, let me just get back to where we were standing. Sorry if I got my hand in the way. So yeah, he has pretty much everything that he's been needing for about, well, 230 years. He's had this bunker built. Actually, he had this bunker, started the bunker about 10 years before the bombs dropped, and was lucky that he finished it 5 years before the bomb dropped. So he was able to get this thing stocked. He could stay in it a few times to see if it was ready, and you know, take care of your gas mask. He did do that. It kind of turns out that, well, there still was a lot of radiation, and his water system and his air filtration system did work just fine. But, you know, you go outside, there's still rad storms. He investigated a few places that, well, still did have radiation. So, yeah, he kind of succumbed to it, and that's why he has been ghoulified. Also, over here, I forgot to mention, right down there are additional batteries, so to speak, microfusion cells, batteries, for his cook stove. As you can see, there's one being in use right now, and he's got some Brahmin milk, so he does trade with the people around the area. There is a little trader just up the road, about over there, about that direction. So he does trade with him and is able to get some things like he has mute fruit and grain and potatoes. But you know, sometimes he really wants a melon or a gourd, so he talks to the store owner over there and is able to trade for those items. Hey, Gomez. So I do plan to add Gomez to more of my settlements. Not necessarily with just this character. I plan to, since I discovered that there's no mods that have a black cat that you can craft or create or anything like that. CVC does have a thing that says, hey, you can have a house cat. It increases happiness in your settlement. But it's a gray striped tabby. Craftable cats, it says you can craft a cat. That's a gray striped tabby. Or you can do a seal point Siamese, calico, a Russian blue, a tuxedo cat, and I think a tortoiseshell, I think. But no black cat. So as I said earlier, I do have to spawn in Gomez, but all I have to do is, well, I already gave you the code earlier, but if any's interested, I can add it. I can tell you guys in the comments if you ask what the console command is. I can tell you. I have saved it so that I don't forget, so that whatever character I use, I can have Gomez. I can have Gomez join me in the game. Such a good kitty. Such a good boy. Anyway, yeah, some good food.
Why are you torturing yourself?
Why am I torturing myself? My sister asks. Because I love and miss my Gomez. But, yeah, so. Thank you all so much for joining me. Made it in time, 28 minutes, so we still have plenty of time. And, actually, to make sure that he doesn't run off, there we go. Close the door. So, yes. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really hope that you enjoyed this tour and that you enjoyed the build series and just the build in general. And thank you all. I know this is weeks later, but thank you all so much for your kind condolences from before. Because this is probably going to be a couple of weeks before you guys actually see this tour. But thank you all so much for your kindness. Be excellent to each other and to yourself. And party on. Cheers.